So Elon Musk is starting a new political party. He tweeted this out today. He says, by a factor of 2 to 1, you want a new political party and you shall have it. When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we lived in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party has formed to give you back your freedom. So that's according to Elon Musk. Today, there's a new party, the American Party. My first reaction is do it, Elon. Stop talking about it and just do it, and leave Tesla. So that'll benefit everyone. And actually forming your own party will also benefit a lot of people. Why? Because you'll split the Republican vote. That's my first reaction to this stuff. And, theoretically, if successful, maybe you'll get more third parties, or let's just say fourth parties at that point, and representing different types of views. But yes, my first reaction, it'll split the Republican vote and give Democrats a better chance to win. So I don't know that if he's going to do it for sure 100%, because he says a lot of things on this platform. I'll say this, however, he's done these kind of crazy polls before of like, hey, should I buy Twitter kind of stuff? And what did he do? He ended up buying Twitter. So he may be serious about this stuff. I mean, you guys know he did the Doge stuff. He campaigned for Trump. So, I've said it all along. I think there's a high chance that Musk will run for governor of Texas, something like that. I don't think it's impossible. Why not? Musk, he says, Independence Day is the perfect time to ask if you want independence from a two-party system. Some would say uni-party system. Should we create the American Party? So that was the original poll that he did. Actually, this is the second one I think he did. But the yeses are at 65.4. The no's are at 34.6. You have a lot of different reasons of why people either don't like or like Elon. I'll say this. In the beginning, you have people who like Elon because, he had this car company, Tesla. It's an electric car company, looked pretty cool. Then you got a bunch of people that joined in on that and said, hey, I like the stock. The stock keeps going up. So you have a couple split factions because, there are people who like the cars but don't necessarily invest in the stock. And then you got people who like Elon because he supported, Donald Trump. And so you have like three groups. There may be another group out there that I didn't think of, but, three groups that essentially don't necessarily line up all of their values together. And so then you'll get splits like this. Because, say you like Tesla and you realize that getting involved heavily in politics isn't great to be CEO of a company, because you should do one or the other, right? If you want to be CEO of a company, just do that, stay out of politics. If you want to do politics, just do that. Step down from your company. Splitting your attention just isn't good for anyone. And I told you guys this in the very beginning when he started doing this stuff. Though, I understand there's fans of Elon out there and they think he's super genius and he can do anything, and everything all at the same time. But it's just not possible to do a good job at this stuff. So, for example, he's got 14, 15 kids. There's just no way you're going to be a good father to all of them. The same way that if you're, involved with all this stuff, there's no way you can do a good job. There's only just so much time in the day. But I understand many of his fans are also very, very young. Lots of young dudes who haven't had a job, who, sit in their mom's basement kind of stuff. And they don't get that, time is finite. Like there's only so much time in the day. So do one or the other, Elon. That would be my advice. And also, if you're going to do a party, do it. It actually helps the progressive movement in USA. This is the from Elon. Elon says, one way to execute on this would be to be laser focused on just 2 or 3 Senate seats and 8 to 10 House districts. Given the razor-thin legislative margins, that would be enough to serve as a deciding vote on contentious laws, ensuring that they serve the true will of the people. So this is certainly in terms of strategy-wise, this is certainly very plausible. Only focus on 13 seats and try to get, your person in. But again, it's going to weaken the Republican candidate. So I see nothing but upside here. Ron says, you vowed forcefully that as soon as the bill passed, talking about Trump's bill that he just signed, you were going to form a third party because you correctly said it puts us in debt slavery. Now you are conducting a second poll. The last one showed people overwhelmingly in favor. Why not? Why another poll? Just do it. Yes, Elon, just do it. But, he seems to be more aggressive on it. That's why I did this one first. He says, today the American Party is formed to give back your freedom. So let's see some of his reply to these ones. The replies to this announcement are comedy gold. Okay, Elon. Alex says, good, split the GOP vote. Alexander Mers, and actually, we could listen a little bit what she has to say. She's one of the Tesla fangirls. We'll listen to her. Why not?
Good morning. Just want to make a couple of things very clear. Yesterday, there was some confusion about my stance on Elon launching the American Party. If Elon sees a need to launch this American Party, I'm all for it and even would consider running for it if I can be of any help. And I'm not going anywhere with my passionate investments in Tesla, my deep conviction in the future of this most consequential company in the US and I think in the world. And that is as solid as ever.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. So if you don't know who this is, and she's laughable, and many of these Tesla shills or Tesla stock promoters or Tesla influencers, however you want to call these people, they're always laughable because basically, oh well, if Elon wants to do it, it's awesome because I support Elon. Oh, if Elon wants to burn down the company, well, it's awesome because I support Elon. Like it doesn't matter what Elon says, they all say they support Elon. They get paid through engagement. Elon can retweet these people's things. She was actually included, true story, she was included in Tesla's SEC filings. So I made a few videos on these people, basically, how they promote the Tesla stock and say a lot of disingenuous things. But yeah, it's kind of funny how they'll come out and make a video like, oh yeah, I support Elon. This guy, he's one of the Tesla influencers, but he would be probably, as you can see from here, against maybe Elon getting into politics. Again, my general feeling on this stuff is you're going to be a CEO, be a CEO. If you want to go into politics, go into politics, do one or the other. But if you do both, I mean, I guess theoretically you could do both badly. Maybe that helps everyone. Well, it depends which side you're on. Ian Bremer says, the people have spoken. This is a Ian Miles Chong. He's one of the Elon fanboys also, so he gets retweeted quite a bit. America would benefit from having a proper political party that isn't pledged to plundering the people. A people's party, everyone wins. China wins, Russia wins, America wins, humanity wins. Okay. Brian says, awesome. Where can we see more information? Amit says, can we get the 7,500 tax credit back in the America Party, please? So he's another one of the Tesla stock promoters, that kind of people. The $7,500 tax credit is actually a big deal. My understanding is the big beautiful bill thing, that stupid thing that Trump passed, cut that stuff. So that probably really, really, really damages Tesla because effectively it makes buying electric vehicles more expensive. Let's see what else people have to say. Elon Musk says, fire, laughy face. This is one of the Tesla fan clubs. No, seriously, they have these stuff. And for those of you who haven't followed the Tesla or Elon Musk story, like this sort of weird Tesla Elon Musk cult, fanism is probably hard to understand because, for anyone of any of intelligence, all you have to do is listen to Elon Musk for a few minutes and you're like, yeah, this guy's like a 13-year-old boy smoking whatever, and it just says sort of dorm room philosophy kind of nonsense, right? And that's who he is. He's immature, as you guys know this, and he tweets out a bunch of memes, and he's got this audience that sort of goes along with it. It's entertaining, and it was interesting because someone mentioned this earlier in a comment on our channel, was saying that these days in USA people vote for the most entertaining candidate, which it's actually very poignant, right? Um, because Americans, a good way to say it, in my opinion, would be very spoiled or very complacent and think that politics doesn't matter or leadership doesn't matter, because people actually will say that. I've heard it for years. Oh, I don't need to participate, I don't need to vote because my vote doesn't matter, right? And you become complacent, and essentially then at that point people think it's all a joke. It becomes a clown show where we are now, a reality TV show, and people vote for whoever's entertaining. So at least we have an entertaining show. Because yes, I would 100% agree. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are entertaining. I agree, they're entertaining, right? I mean, you can't disagree. It's entertainment, but is it effective leadership? Of course not, right? Does it make USA a clown show? Of course it does. And it's sad because when I was thinking about this, when this is the I want you for the American Party, Uncle Elon, like this sort of like memeification of USA is, I mean, right here it really embodies sort of where we're at, the mentality of Americans. And again, there's multiple reasons. Some people have daddy issues and they need a savior figure. So you have certainly people like that. Oh, I don't want to do things on my own. Please save me, Elon. Please save me, Trump. It's a savior sort of thing, right? They want a superhero to come in and do all these things. And so then someone will come and con you and say, oh, I have the solution to all your problems. I want you for the American Party, Uncle Elon. But practically speaking, yes, this would actually really, really split the Republican vote if he were to even just get 1 or 2% of the vote. you'll watch. There'll be more people going to Democrat seats. So I do appreciate your time, everyone. I want to share your thoughts on this, and I'll catch you all in the next video.